Have you ever had that moment? You feel like you're eating pretty well, you're trying to do all the right things, but then your blood report comes back and, surprise, you're deficient in some key nutrients. It's a really common story, and today we're going to get to the bottom of two of the biggest culprits, vitamin D and vitamin B12.
Okay, let's just dive right into this, because the numbers are, well, they're pretty staggering. In urban India, a place with tons of sunshine, anywhere from 70 to 90% of people are deficient in vitamin D. And for vitamin B12, we're talking more than half the population. So this isn't some rare problem. It's a silent epidemic that's affecting millions of us.
So this really brings us to the central mystery, doesn't it? If we're putting the right foods into our bodies, where is the breakdown happening? Why aren't we getting what we need? Let's investigate the hidden reasons behind all this.
To figure out the solution, we've got to understand the problem first. See, these deficiencies, they don't exactly announce themselves with a marching band. Instead, they kind of whisper, and we often mistake those whispers for something else entirely.
A vitamin D deficiency, for instance, might just show up as that nagging back pain, feeling weak, or even just a general low mood. On the flip side, a B12 deficiency messes with your nervous system. They could feel like tingling in your hands and feet, being forgetful, or just feeling irritable. And so many of us just brush this stuff off as, oh, I'm just stressed, or I'm just getting older, when in reality, our nerves are literally undernourished.
And this quote, wow, it just hits the nail on the head. Popping a supplement is easy, right? It fixes the number on the report. But it doesn't solve the root cause of why your body isn't getting that nutrient in the first place. That's the real puzzle we're here to solve.
All right, let's kick things off with vitamin D. Scientifically, we all know it's crucial for absorbing calcium, for our immune system, even for our mood. But there's a much deeper connection going on here. So beyond the science, ancient yogic wisdom has this absolutely fascinating perspective. It says vitamin D nourishes our Asthi Dhatu. Now, don't just think bones. Think of this as the very framework of our being. It's the foundation of our physical stability, our posture, and even the confidence we carry ourselves with. And this brings us to what is probably the single most important takeaway for vitamin D. You can eat all the vitamin D-rich foods in the world, but they only play a supporting role. The non-negotiable key, the thing that turns it all on, is sunlight. It's the switch that activates the vitamin in your body. And you know what the best part is? It's so simple. We're talking about a short window in the morning, maybe 10 to 20 minutes. That's it. Just let the sun hit your arms, your legs, or your back directly. The key things to remember are that glass windows will block the rays you need. And for this short amount of time, you want to skip the sunscreen so your skin can actually do its job. Now, while sunlight is the star of the show, think of these traditional foods as the amazing support crew. Things like pure ghee, good quality dairy, they help your body use that vitamin D much more effectively, making sure the main star can shine.
Okay, let's switch gears and turn our attention to vitamin B12. With B12, the story is a little different. It's not about an external activator like the sun. This whole process happens internally. It's all about your digestion and, specifically, a little word called absorption. So, just to make sure we're all on the same page, absorption is that critical step where the good stuff in your food actually leaves your gut and gets into your bloodstream to be used. If this step fails, it really doesn't matter how healthy your diet is.
And this right here is the core issue for so many people with low B12. They're eating the right foods, but their digestion is weak. The nutrients are just passing right through their system without ever being properly absorbed and put to work.
So, how do we fix this? Well, we focus on foods that not only provide the nutrients, but also support and strengthen our gut. We're talking about things like homemade curd, buttermilk, and fermented foods. They help build up the healthy gut environment that's absolutely essential for B12 absorption. But here's an insight that's so often overlooked. How you eat these foods matters a lot. For dairy products, think fresh, room temperature, and have them during the day when your digestion is at its peak. Eating them cold or late at night, well, that's like throwing a bucket of ice water on your digestive fire. It just defeats the entire purpose. Now that we know what to do, let's quickly cover what not to do. There are a few really common habits that are actively sabotaging your digestion and blocking all that good work you're putting in. First up, eating late at night. This puts a huge burden on your digestive system right when it's supposed to be resting and repairing itself. It is a surefire way to weaken your gut over time. Next is chronic stress.
You know, stress isn't just in your head, it has a powerful physical effect. It directly interferes with your body's ability to absorb nutrients from your food, no matter how healthy that food is.
And finally, going overboard on things like coffee, tea, and alcohol. These can really disrupt the delicate environment in your gut, getting in the way of that intricate process of vitamin B12 absorption.
Okay, so instead of just focusing on what to avoid, here is one powerful habit you can add to your routine. It's the simple yoga pose, Vajrasana. If you just sit like this for 5 to 10 minutes after a meal, it directly improves blood flow to your stomach. It's a small action that can make a huge difference in helping your body digest and actually use those vital nutrients. So, let's bring all of this together now. This isn't really about chasing individual vitamins. It's about shifting our perspective and adopting a more holistic, a more yogic approach to how we live and how we eat.
It all really comes down to these 3 simple but incredibly powerful principles. First, step into the sun. It's free, it's essential, and it's the activator for vitamin D. Second, respect your digestion. It is the gateway for all nutrients to enter your body. And third, live in rhythm with nature. Eat when your digestive fire is strong and rest when it's not.
And that leaves us with one final thought to really consider. You know, it's easy to just put food into our bodies. But true wellness, that comes from understanding how to transform that food into life-giving energy. So the question is, are you just feeding yourself, or are you truly nourishing yourself? The difference? Well, it's everything.